Homer was a giant from the moment he was born. He could drain a whole cow's milk in one gulp. When children pelted him with snowballs, it did him no harm at all. Yet he could hoist up the peak of a mountain and slam it down with a crash. Homer's body kept growing, but his intellect stayed that of a baby. Preparing his meals required 4 or 5 people working together.
Hey, Paul, that
Suddenly, Moe noticed Lenny was gone. Turned out that both he and Will had ended up inside Homer's stomach. Even houses were frequently wrecked by Homer, and his appetite was getting bigger and bigger. The townsfolk finally resolved to get him drunk and then drive him out of the town. They found Homer, who was using a roof to pick his teeth, and brought over a whole cart of wine. Homer picked up the wine, took a couple of sips, and promptly fell into a deep sleep. Turned out, Moe had put giant sleeping pills in the wine, and so Homer was dragged out of the town. When he woke up, he realized he'd been abandoned. Only Homer took an axe, hacked off a chunk of a mountain, and carved a cow statue to keep him company. One night, a bolt of lightning struck the statue, and in the next instant, the little cow he'd carved came to life. Homer was as happy as a 200-pound kid. Until that day, Homer spotted a girl, and Maggie, in the distance, saw him too. Homer moved swiftly, grabbed Maggie, and even used her hair to pick his ear. Later, the two went on a date. Homer was just about to propose to Maggie when a meteor suddenly hurtled toward this land. The Duke declared that if the meteor landed here, the village would cease to exist. At that moment, they finally thought of the giant Homer. But Homer said, "You didn't like me because I'm so big. Now that I can save you, you'll like me."
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Woohoo! I'm Mr. Popular!
Homer took out his homemade wolf tooth club, ready to knock the meteor away, but he suddenly squatted down and asked Maggie for a kiss. In the next second, the meteor flew into his butt. Homer gave a mighty heave, and the meteor thus crossed half the earth and landed in another village.